Howdy friends, welcome to the Reloading Room. You're watching Brass Bear Ranch. I'm Darryl.
And I'm Spencer.
And we'd just like to take a moment to introduce ourselves and welcome you to the channel.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Between the two of us, I'd say we have 30 some odd years of experience.
Sounds about right.
I've been shooting since I've been able to remember, and that translates to a fair amount of experience and a rather fair amount of respect for the firearms, which is rather refreshing considering the other sorts of channels and videos that are out there pertaining to firearms.
Unfortunately, as some of you that are already into firearms know, there are already a lot of good channels out there on the internet and on YouTube. Unfortunately, a lot of the bigger ones are not very good in the information they provide or the practices that they demonstrate. One good example is there's a gentleman who he's not compensating for the fact that the sights on his AR rifle are higher than the barrel, and meaning point of aim is not going to be point of impact at point blank range. And as he's aiming at a target, he proceeds to shoot the hood of his truck. And then, of course, he posts that video on the internet for the entire world to see.
Yeah, what we would really like to do here at Brass Bear Range is to kind of dispel the taboo surrounding the firearms community. The sort of media that we want to put out will be educative and will honestly, hopefully, paint the firearms community in a better light. Because it's videos like that that give us all a bad name. Oh, those rednecks go out and they shoot the hoods of their trucks because they don't know what they're doing.
Our primary goal here at Brass Bear Range is to create sportsmen and women. And by sportsmen and women, we don't just mean people who are out sporting. We mean people who act sportingly. And by acting sportingly, we of course mean you're being conscious of those around you and showing a certain level of etiquette towards them, but also demonstrating proper handling and proper etiquette towards the equipment, and also towards yourself when you're out in the range. Unfortunately, we see less and less of that these days. Out on our own range, we see it countless times. People will go check targets on the pistol range while shooters are still firing on the rifle range. That's the kind of thing that we're trying to get people away from here at Brass Bear Range. The kind of thing that we're trying to educate against. We want to help create informed and safe shooters.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And the real aim, the overall aim is to make a rather warm and welcoming community where you can come, you can share your experiences, you can share your ideas. Now, that does not mean post your politics in the comments section. Please do not do that. And please do not ask us to discuss our politics. That's just not going to happen. But anyways, moving away from that, we want to have a nice, warm environment for everyone to come and watch a good video, maybe learn a couple things, maybe get a laugh. Because honestly, sometimes you need a good laugh. And if you can learn a thing or two, that just sweetens the deal.
Right. Some of the content we intend to put out here, just so you guys are aware of what to be looking for. We're going to do some educational pieces on personal protective equipment. We're in the reloading room, so we'll be doing some demonstrations on reloading and the equipment and the things that you need to get started or hone your craft if you already reload. We also intend to do some firearms reviews, demonstrate some safety, different types of targets you should be and can be shooting. One good thing to note is that you will be able to differentiate between our videos. If you see our presentation start in the reloading room, it's going to be a solely educational piece where we're going to be discussing reloading, or we're going to be talking about how a particular firearm functions. If you see our presentation start out on the range, you can expect a fun day of shooting involved on top of the educational material.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I also intend on doing not a very in-depth, but a history segment on firearms. I tend to steer more towards the history and the functionality of a firearm and the why and the how. That's basically what I focus on. And Darryl's a very much hands-on sort of person. Not saying I'm not, but he excels at that more than I do, we'll say.
I've been doing the hands-on thing for a long time, so a lot of my shooting experience comes from testing reloads and helping out in the reloading room. A little more about us. My shooting experience in particular centers more around Magnum grade handgun and rifle cartridges, things like 44 Magnum and 458 Winchester Magnum that, you know, a lot of people reload for to help with costs and to tailor their cartridge down to exactly what they need. So I hope I can provide some great tips on how to handle the recoil of these bigger cartridges, teach you how to reload them, and well, how to have fun with them if the more impractical cartridges are what you are possibly interested in getting into.
Piggybacking off that, I'm more of the practical side of firearms. I shoot 9mm, 380, 38, a lot of your smaller end non-magnum caliber rifles, and I also tend to shoot more historical guns. But I believe that between the two of us, we'll have a rather good experience base for folks like yourself, and I think that we'll be able to produce some good content for you.
Certainly. And if you guys made it through our whole intro video here, we thank you very much. We hope you'll enjoy the content we put out. Be sure to leave some comments for us on our Facebook, our Twitter pages here in the comments below. Let us know what you'd like to see. Say howdy, introduce yourself, and well, have a good day.
Yeah, see you on the range.